And Sarah joins me now from Beijing. Sarah, obviously there's been these reports that they picked up pings. They have been unable to reconfirm or re-verify those pings they picked up this weekend. Do you think this could be the plane?
It could be. I mean, we still don't know anything that we didn't know a month ago. But I think the general perception amongst the families is that the timing of these pings is awfully coincidental with the batteries wearing out. So all of us pretty well agree that until there's the bulk of the plane and the bulk of the bodies discovered and a black box intact, we won't believe that it's final evidence.
Now, Sarah, you and I have spoken a few times, and last week you said that you believe the plane is still intact. That was the specific word you used, which obviously could mean a lot of things. But what leads you to believe that, and do you still believe that?
I still believe it because there isn't any evidence to the contrary. And actually, most of the circumstantial evidence, I believe, points towards an abduction of this plane. I don't know why, and I don't know by who, but I'm convinced that that plane was taken by somebody.
And when we talk about that scenario, I mean, as of now, as you know, investigators, at least what they've told us and what they've told the families, they haven't been able to clear the captain, the co-pilot, or the flight crew. They have cleared all the passengers from any kind of suspicion. Do you think that when you talk about the plane being abducted and taken, that someone on board, a pilot, crew member, was responsible?
I don't think the authorities have given us much confidence in their investigative skills so far, so I wouldn't consider all the passengers cleared, first of all, and I don't necessarily think that anybody from the crew was involved. They could be. We just don't know. It could be that every single person on that plane is an innocent victim in this, and it was a military action of some country instead. We honestly just don't know anything.
Well, it's a fair point. I mean, and Sarah, you know, you've been talking about sort of your nightmares at night about what might have happened to Philip, the questions that you have. I mean, how are you dealing with the possibility that this plane may not be found, that there may not be an answer?
Well, that's the scariest option of all, because I think if you're sure someone has died, you can grieve properly and you can move on. But I'm not willing to move on. I want to fight to find him in whatever form that ends up being. And I think most of the families feel the same way. So we really need to push to resolution from an emotional health perspective. But beyond that, as a world, we have to push for resolution. I mean, this is a really scary thing that happened. A plane, a giant plane filled with people was just taken. That could happen again if it's happened once.